shocking news. I know you've heard it too overnight. The deaths of Hollywood icon Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle. An apparent homicide, according to the police. Now, Reiner, as we know, was star of All in the Family, is the director of classic films like The Princess Bride and a big crowd favorite, When Harry Met Sally. Reiner and his wife Michelle were found dead inside their home.
This is a tragic story. We're about a block away from the Reiner household. This entire neighborhood this morning has been blocked off. This is the location where late last night the LAPD held a press conference where officials confirmed this is a homicide investigation, though they say at this hour they do not have a suspect in custody.
According to the LAPD, around 3:40 Sunday afternoon, the Los Angeles Fire Department arrived at the home of legendary filmmaker Rob Reiner. Once inside, sources tell CBS News they discovered the body of the 78-year-old along with his 68-year-old wife, Michelle. Investigators have not yet immediately released details on the circumstances surrounding Reiner's and his wife's deaths, but multiple outlets, including the Los Angeles Times, are reporting a family member is being interviewed in connection with the deaths.
Can you confirm that? And is that family member being cooperative?
There are going to be many family members interviewed. I'm not going to confirm whether someone's being interviewed at this time or not.
As word of the tragedy spread, tributes began pouring in. The Lear family, whose late patriarch cast a young Reiner in the iconic CBS sitcom All in the Family, in a statement said Norman would have wanted to remind us that Rob and Michelle spent every breath trying to make this country a better place. And former President Barack Obama wrote, they will be remembered for the values they championed and the countless people they inspired.
And moments ago, a crime scene cleanup team arrived here on scene. The investigation continues. Officials telling us there will be a press conference in the next few hours where, Nate, we hope to learn more.
The way Glenn Miller played
songs that made the hit parade.
Guys like us, we had it made.
Hey y'all, before y'all start the video, I wanted to include this if I haven't. Before I started editing and before you start the beginning of this video, I would like to say my heart, my prayers goes out to the family of Rob Reiner and his wife. They were both unalived in their Los Angeles home on Sunday night, allegedly by their son, Nick Reiner, who is being held under a $4 million bond. You will hear me mention that later on in that video, but I wanted to go back and elaborate and go back and mention stuff that I might have missed because I wanted to give y'all the right information and not the wrong. And also, it is so sad and heartbreaking to hear about this, especially at the end of the year and especially with Christmas time approaching. And also, he was also for human rights and he was also for equality, and he was one of the most strongest activists for what I found out. And he also stood for the LGBTQ rights, transgender, black right, Jewish, Muslim, Latino. And it says that he also said in the interview that we have to start accepting the idea that we are all human beings. And me, in my opinion, that is one of the most strongest, one of the most equalities, one of the most truly amazing, big-hearted things that you can say and that you could stand for human rights, because I'm also for human rights. I'm also for equality. I'm also for peoples that are black and brown, whichever background that you are stand up in, and whichever background that you believe in. We are all human beings. Yes, indeed. Hold on, y'all. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of DDTS, episode 638. I'm back with another video. Happy Monday. It is cold this morning. It is 11:20 a.m. on December the 15th, I believe. Thank y'all for joining me today. Today, hold on, y'all. Hey y'all, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. So yes, y'all, it's Monday, 11:22 a.m. and it is cold today. In today's video, we're going to be discussing a trending topic, and we're going to be discussing this topic. And this is one of the most saddest things and horrible, speechless things and topics to talk about in a very long time. And before I get into this topic, I just want y'all to know that I did not know of this person very much and well, but I do know that he did play in one of the most famous shows and well-known shows back in the 70s, and it is alleged that he was an LGBTQ activist. And his name is Rob Reiner. Rob Reiner, who also played as he played on All in the Family, and he was also a director. I believe he was a director, and he was a singer. And they were both found deceased and unalived in their Los Angeles home. And AP sources says this as well, that they were found unalive in their Los Angeles home. And this is the kicker. And this is the most shocking thing that I have found out. And it says that the son, Rob Reiner. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. And this is the most shocking part. And the shocking part is, it is alleged that the son, Nick Reiner, may be the person that did the unaliving. And he may be the person that is behind the unaliving of his parents. And I have an article that I will be reading, that I will possibly put up for y'all can see as I'm doing this video. I'm outside because I didn't want no background noise while I was in the room. I just wanted to do this outside to clear my head. I'm dressed real warm. And I definitely wanted to do this content, and I definitely want to do this video and get this video out, get this content out, because this is the last month of 2025, and I'm not playing. I'm basically putting out content. I'm gonna put out as much content as I can before 2025 ends, before this month ends. And if I feel like I need to rest, I'm gonna rest. I am gonna say that. So I want to say thank y'all, and we are in this together, and let's keep on putting out that content. Let's keep putting in that work. Let's keep striving for the same thing that we are all wanting to strive for, because 2025 is about to end. 2026 is about to enter in just a month later. And let's keep on keeping on in making 2026 our year of happiness, love, motivation, inspiration, putting in work, and creating content and accomplishing our goals. So let's go ahead and get into this topic. Let's go ahead and get into this article. So here we go. I got it from USA Today. Let me go ahead and do that. I got it from USA Today, screenshots, and it was last updated at 12:19 p.m. ET time. And I'm just going to go ahead and get this and everything. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. And I think this is the most updated article that I have. And it says, an arrest has been made in the unaliving of Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer. Their son, Nick Reiner, has been taken into police custody Monday, booked for the unaliving, and is being held on a $4 million bail. According to the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, records viewed by the USA Today did a claim that the Hollywood director and actor was unalived alongside Singer in their California home Sunday night. Los Angeles Police Department Chef Jim McDonald said in a press conference Monday, December the 15th. Their deaths continue to be under investigation by the LAPD after the couple was found unalived in their home in the Brentwood neighborhood, Los Angeles, in an earlier press conference Sunday, December the 14th. The LAPD said the robbery homicide division would investigate through the night. Authorities confirmed that many family members would be interviewed in the course of their work and that they were obtaining a search warrant to conduct a full crime scene investigation that they did not commit on the injuries sustained by Reiner, 78, and Singer, 68. So they were 10 years apart. USA Today was unable to reach a representative for Reiner at the time of the publication. And to follow along for updates, USA Today, and that's all I have. And I'm just going to go ahead and start my elaboration. Hold on, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm going to go ahead and start my elaboration. First and foremost, I want to say that it is very sad. I want to say it's heartbreaking. I want to say I'm lost for words because he unalived his parents, 78 and 68, 10 years apart. I just don't understand, and I have so many questions, but I want to understand, what could it have been for Nick Reiner to unalive his mama and his daddy in their Los Angeles home on a Sunday night? What could it have been? I have so many questions. And I'm not the type to jump to conclusions, which I am not. I'm not going to jump to conclusions. But I feel like I have a clue, allegedly. It could have been for a lot of things. And it has been known that a bunch of peoples that have famous parents or that have parents and peoples in their family that have a bunch of money that probably figured that they had a big insurance policy out on themselves and out on them. I'm not saying that that's the cause, but if you ever think about it, That is a solution, and that is a thing to think about. Number one, they got a big insurance policy. Number two, probably bring more money. Number three, it could have been drug related. Who knows? And he probably been in debt, gambling, or this and then the third. I don't know. We don't know. It could have been a hell of a lot of things. But I really don't understand, why would it have come to the conclusion, and why would it come to the solution of unaliving your parents? Why would it come to a solution of harming the two peoples that gave, him life? They gave you life. Like, why would it come to that way? And I will say this. We don't know what happened behind them closed doors of what type of life that Nick Reiner lived. I don't know how he was treated when he was a child. I don't know. I don't know how he was treated. I don't know, was he mistreated? I don't know, was he disrespected? I don't know, because we don't know. I don't know too much about Nick Reiner, the son. I don't know too much about the daddy. I don't know too much about the wife. All I know about the daddy is that he played in All in the Family alongside Carol O'Connor, who played in the Heat of the Night as Chief Gillespie. That's all I know. And I really didn't watch All in the Family. I really didn't. I tried, but it was not for me. That's all I know, honestly and respectfully. But what could it have been? And it is said allegedly that it possibly was a robbery. A rivalry probably played a factor in it as well, if I'm correct. It could have been a robbery, I mean. But if it was a robbery, why would you unalive your parents and rob their house? So it had to be for some money. It had to have been one of the two. It could have been that he might have found out that they had a big insurance policy on him or themselves, and he probably figured out the best way to get that money is to unalive them, harm them in any type of way. He might have got into some stuff, and he might have felt like the best way to get out that situation is unalive his parents and pay off the debt that he basically owed, allegedly. That's me just saying that. But honestly, we really do not know why this happened. And I read the article, and I would even put the article back on here so you all can read once again. And it is sad. And their passing and their unalivings and their deaths is still under investigation. So again, their deaths is still under investigation. So again, we don't know what to expect. We don't know what is really their the reason of their unalivings, their passings, their deaths, and why they was unalived. We still don't know that. But that's me just saying what it might have could have been. Again, I could be wrong. And what do I always say if I'm wrong? I will make a video and I will take accountability for it. And it says that authorities have confirmed that family members will be interviewed as well in the course of their work. And they said that they did not confirm on the injuries sustained. So, yeah, we really don't know what that could have been, honestly. What was that? What was it? What was something else? And it is also said that He is being held on a $4 million bond. And he was booked Monday, which is today. He was booked Monday and held on a $4 million bail. And he was unalived aside his wife. And says Jim McDonald, the police department, that they was unalived in their California home on Sunday night. Again, they still are investigating the case of what could have led to it. Again, I really don't know. But that's all I have so far at this very moment. Again, I did not watch All in the Family, but to me, it's so much going on. It's just so shocking. I don't know what to say, really. I don't know what to bring of it. Rob Reiner, he played in The Spinal Tap, All in the Family, The Princess Bride, Spinal Tap to the End, Stand By Me, When Harry Met Sally, Misery, and A Few Good Men. The Spinal Tap, 1984, All in the Family, 1971 to 1979. The Princess Bride, 1987. Spinal Tap to the End, 2025. Stand By Me, 1986. When Harry Met Sally, 1989. Misery, 1990. And A Few Good Men, 1992. That is some of his work. I will be updating y'all on this case if I found out anything. And it is just so sad that a child will unalive the two peoples that gave him life. Again, I don't know what could have been. I don't know his childhood. I don't know why Nick Reiner unalived his mom and his dad. I really don't know. Like I said, it can be something big behind that. Again, I really don't know. We really don't know. So it's still being investigated. I'm going to say it's very sad. And I'm going to say that it's heartbreaking. And I'm going to say that if you have to stoop so low and if you have to take your parents' life, that really means that you do not cherish your mother or your father. And the Bible does say, honor your mother or your father or your days will be cut short. I really don't know. And I really am not a person that's in the Bible 24/7. But I do know that verse, and I know a couple of verses, but I really am so heartbroken, for the family that they have to go through this. And it is the end of 2025, around Christmas time, and it's heartbreaking that the family has to go through this and have to deal with this through one of the most biggest holidays of the year, and that's Christmas. And to bring in a new year of not, being able to be with those two that basically held the family together, it's heartbroken and it's sad. But that's what I know at this very moment. Rob Reiner, he was 78 and his wife was 68 years old. And he was first married to Penny Marshall from 1971 to 1981. And he was currently married to Michelle Singer Reiner. from 1989 to 2005 till they passed away together in their Los Angeles home. And that is the story, and that is the video, and that is all what I have at this very moment. Again, they were found unalive in their Hollywood homes. Their son, Nick Reiner, is allegedly the suspect in their unalivings and their murders. And he is being held on a $4 million bail at this very moment. And he is alleged to have done the unaliving Sunday night in Los Angeles in their homes. Rob Reiner and his wife will always be remembered as one of the most dynamic couples, even though I did not know them all too well. But Rob Reiner, once again, he played in All in the Family from 1971 to 1979, Misery, The Spinal Tap, and many, many other things. And he was also a director. And I'm pretty sure his wife played in some things as well. But that will be my video, and that's all I have at this very moment. And if I hear any more updates, I will make a video, and I will definitely update y'all and let y'all know what is what. But that will be my video for right now. And for today, y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be back with another video as soon as possible. I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all for tuning in to this video. Thank y'all so much. And I love y'all. And I will see y'all on the next video. I love y'all. Thank you. And bye-bye.